Hey everybody, welcome to our Facebook Live event. I'm Tammy Turner. I'm the Community Education Manager here with Hospice of the Chesapeake, and it is National Nurses Week, and I'm so grateful that Monica Hastings has come in to join me and talk today about being a nurse. So thank you, Monica, for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so, you know, nursing is hard. It's a hard job.
It's a hard job.
It's a hard job. I think I wanted to start today with just sort of talking about hospice nursing, nursing in hospice. I know when I go and tell people I work for Hospice of the Chesapeake, the first reaction, and I'm guessing it's probably even more intense for you, is,
how do you do that? Aren't you
so
all the time?
Yes. So do you kind of
do. On an almost daily basis I hear that, and so I've developed kind of a shtick that I give to people, but it's a true, I mean there's a lot of authenticity to it, where I don't feel sad. By and large I have great days, far more wonderful days than sad days. They do exist, sad days happen, but I think that I'm able to bear witness to a really intimate part of people's lives. I'm able to come in now to their homes, not just in an inpatient unit, but into their homes and really connect with them on a very deep level and learn, what was the joy here? What is the joy here?
Right.
Let's manifest that. Let's talk about that more often. Let's celebrate that and acknowledge the sadness and acknowledge the fact that this is a great life that's coming to an end, but that doesn't have to be as sad and scary as I think culturally we've made it out to be.
Right. Wow. That's got to be such a connection. I'm thinking that you're having this connection with the person, with the family members,
with their pets.
With their pets.
I love the dogs and the cats out there.
That's true, especially going into the home where you are just in their environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oftentimes I have to go through the dog to get to the patient.
True. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned too, if anyone has questions or comments or would like to join our conversation, you can add your comments in the comment section here. We are going to talk a little bit, I want to find out a little bit more like the actual role. What do you do as a hospice nurse? What's a day? What's a day like for you?
Yeah, okay, so a day typically starts with coffee, always with coffee.
Yeah, that's always a good way to start.
And our triage report. So, working in an interdisciplinary team, we've got a ton of support staff, and I don't know what I would do without the night nurses and the people that answer the phone and take my patients' calls when I can't be there. So it's a great place to start for me is after the coffee, the triage report, so that I can prioritize. That's a huge role in nursing. How do I prioritize? Because of the autonomy of hospice nursing, particularly home hospice nursing, I really have to make quick decisions fast about what I already know to be the case with some of my patients, and then whatever that report is telling me. So that's where I start, and I just kind of align the day with what I've planned ahead, and of course the plan that changes while I'm sleeping, and I try to be very attentive to the family members that I know are freaking out, so I just want to at least give them a phone call and say, hey, okay, tell me what's going on, what worked, what didn't work, and let's make a plan for today, for tomorrow. So
how many people are you seeing?
I try not to see more than 5 people in a day. There are days where that's absolutely not going to be a possibility, but one of the true gifts of this job, in particular Hospice of the Chesapeake, is time. Time to be able to give to the patients, to be able to spend with them. If you and your family need the hour and a half, 2-hour visit that day because there's just a lot of stuff happening and there are a lot of questions, and we just need to sit and kind of hunker down, then I want to give that to you. And I find that this organization, Hospice of the Chesapeake, has given me that gift as a nurse, and I'm thankful for that.
So you started with a little bit, so you kind of figure out what your day is going to be like, and then walk me through. Let's talk about. I know we can't go into specifics, but walk me through. What does it look like? Like what do you actually do?
What do I do? So I'm a home hospice nurse, so I go to people's homes. For that reason, my car is a rolling medical closet.
Okay.
I need to take all the supplies.
All the supplies that you need.
every supply, and of course we have a lot of protocol about how we set up within the home, how we create a clean and safe space, both for us and for them. And then so I do a head-to-toe assessment every time I walk through the home. It usually starts with, hey, how's it going? What's going on?
Right.
I try to connect to the family to know if there's something that's important that's just recently happened. I try to ask about that, just to kind of get the conversation going. And then I turn to the patient and I go head to toe with them and doing a quick assessment, you know. And then I am very straightforward with my family members. If I see something, I say something, because I want to start those conversations early on. Then we do typically every assessment have an education component where, okay, this is looking a little different. Here's what I think this is going to turn into.
Right.
I reconcile medications, med education, huge part of what we do. To us, it is very normal to give morphine, but to a family member, that feels intense and scary, and I want to talk about it. I want to normalize it. I want to make sure you feel confident to give your loved one what they need.
Right.
I order supplies. Of course, we do a lot of supply, orders, supplement quite a bit.
Okay.
And then, we kind of make the plan for what's going to happen next. Let's talk about it. And I get my crew, my team involved. I have a great team. I'm really thankful for them.
So talk to me a little bit about who's in your team. Like you're talking about the interdisciplinary
That's
team?
That's right,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm on central team. So we have the fabulous Dr. Willis, the fabulous Linda Heckber. We have great social workers and fabulous nurses, and Laurie Hoagie, who is our chaplain.
Okay.
And so
I'm going to back up just slow a little bit. So in an interdisciplinary team, you have a chaplain, you have a social worker,
at least one
social worker, you have the physician, and then
nurses, clinical manager,
nurses. So kind of that's the group.
That's the core group. That's the core group.
And the CNA.
Right. Yes.
So CNAs are.
So there's a lot of ancillary members as well. So CNAs, who are a huge part, and who sadly, because they're so busy, rarely get to talk with us during our team meetings, but they're always in communication with the nurses.
Okay. They're the boots on the ground.
Oh my gosh, they are the source of most of my most telling information.
Okay.
Hey, you're going to want to talk to them about this.
Okay.
Hey, I noticed this is a big change. I don't know what I would do without that.
Yeah.
And then we also have the volunteer services who come and sit with us to kind of connect. We have a really robust volunteer program, and
that's super helpful too. That kind of just builds it.
What we would do without them.
So if you guys are just joining us, it is National Nurses Week, and we are talking to Monica Hastings, and she's one of the hospice nurses here. And we've talked a little bit about sort of her job's not sad, starting with that, and then that's a misconception. And then sort of we're getting a little bit into what day-to-day duties are, who the team is involved with, the care, the interdisciplinary team, who all the players are. I have so many questions for you. Let's talk a little bit. I would love to hear, I'm sure you have lots of stories, a lot of things that have impacted you from working here, but if there's something that could come to mind that you feel comfortable sharing,
sure.
I'd love to hear that.
There are so many. There are so many. I think that's another thing that is such a gift to me. I get such great satisfaction and inspiration. So recently, I had a very young woman in her 50. Actually, she turned 50 while on service, and literally fought death off through the weekend of Easter, so that she wouldn't ruin it for her 3 young children. And that tenacity, that spirit, that who you are is who you are, until the very end, is so inspiring to see. I had a 25-year-old woman whose entire life, due to congenital defects with her heart, had been spent in and out of the medical community, and she was such a fierce advocate, and looked at me and said, Monica, I'm going to Target with my girlfriends, says, I don't care if I pass out. Okay. I'm here
You know
for
what
you.
you want, right.
Call me.
Right.
And just the gentleman very recently who his last day was spent saying up, and his family couldn't figure it out. And so the aide and I were there, and we said, well, we're just going to sit him up. And then he began to actively die, and I said, get in there, get around him, sit around him. And they said, he said when he got cancer, he wasn't just going to lay down and die.
Wow. That's gotta be, oh my gosh. That's gotta be so.
It's wildly touching. It's this, that I said I wasn't going to cry. It's an incredibly inspiring and humanitarian effort.
Yeah, like to be in that moment, I would think, it's not sad, it's a privilege.
It's such a privilege.
Yes.
To bear witness to people's, just their life and then the end of that life.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm filled with joy and gratitude.
Yeah.
And tears.
Well, tears, I mean, it's emotional, right?
It
Like,
is.
its closure is emotional. It touches us.
Yeah.
It's saying goodbye. Like, that's not easy. That's
It's
hard.
not.
But I find things like that, it's inspiring. I mean, we're all saying, like, wow, that's like powerful.
How many moments are there though?
Right.
I mean, those are what we call those hospice moments, right?
Right.
And that's the thing that we all talk about, but
Right.
when you take that on the road, people are, they're just not as open to it.
Have you had an experience where you've been able to provide care? I know another one of the misconceptions is that hospice is only for that last hour or that last day.
Yes.
And it really, the benefits of it come from having it longer.
Yes.
Have you been able to have that sort of experience?
Gratefully, yes, I have here. Home hospice, so I started as an inpatient hospice nurse.
Okay.
And then transitioned to home hospice, which was a different animal altogether. But yes, because of that, and I think because the dialogue is beginning to happen, and it's happening earlier on, and people are less afraid. They say, no, we want to bring this on earlier so that we can get the benefit of it, the connection, the safety net of having a nurse on call 24/7,
Right.
Of having access to chaplains, volunteers, to those services that greatly improve and enhance the quality of life.
Right.
And I have had so many patients actually that have been months and months where it's a true connection, and you're able to really tap into what it is that they
What
want
matters to them.
and develop that. And
Right.
and sometimes the families are saying, well, we weren't quite ready for this. We didn't know what it was about, but we're so glad that we got on board earlier. And they're I just don't think I've had the experience where somebody has said, I wish we had waited for hospice.
Right. I know, that's what I've heard again and again. It's the opposite. Like, if only we had called you sooner. And that's the family members saying that. And I'm guessing patients too, even. Like, I wish I'd had this for my family members.
Right.
Because it's a combined, it's not just the care you're providing for that person.
Right.
Your care is extended.
That's right. The family is part of our care plan.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's a big deal. And most of my patients, if they're able to say, please take care of them. You need to let them know what's happening.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that they have what they need. It's a huge solace to them. Then they're able to die comfortably knowing
there's that
they got it covered.
they have that security, that level of it's all going to be okay.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Monica, thank you so much for being here. I learned so much about hospice nursing. I am in awe. I mean, I'm in awe of nursing.
Yes.
It blows me away, but I really appreciate all the work that you do. And
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.